Meghan fights to keep names of her 5 protective friends secret. July 10, 2020 and February 2019, 5 best friends of Meghan Markle broke their silence to an American celebrity magazine, promising to reveal the truth about the woman they know and love. Yesterday, those loyal confidants found themselves at the center of a UK court battle, as the Duchess of Sussex fought to prevent them being named in a British tabloid. Their descriptions, in legal papers from the Duchess's own team, confirms they are all young mothers with small children, inadvertently allowing what lawyers call the public guessing game as to their identities to move one step further. The 5 friends, as they are now described in official court papers, gave their interviews anonymously, having reportedly been frustrated by what they saw as unfair coverage of Ms. Markle at the time. People magazine, which ran a cover story sharing their perspectives, named them only as Meghan's inner circle, a longtime friend, a former co-star, a friend from LA, a one-time colleague and a close confidant. The piece included specific details of their visits to Kensington Palace in London and anecdotes about their time together, making elements immediately identifiable to those involved, including, in some cases, palace staff who would have been present. The article was, at first glance, a love letter to Ms. Markle, detailing her kind nature, down-to-earth lifestyle and personal faith. For royal watchers, it was a clear sign of things to come, Meghan's side of the story that she herself could not tell. Critically, it contained details of a hitherto unknown letter, written by the Duchess to her father, Thomas. Sent after the wedding, a source named as a longtime friend relayed how Ms. Markle told him, "Dad, I'm so heartbroken, I love you. I have one father. Please stop victimizing me through the media so we can repair our relationship." Friends claim that the long letter in reply had closed with a request for a photo opportunity. "He's never called, he's never texted," said one. Ms. Markle has since contested that description, insisting she knew nothing about the People interview ahead of time and had neither encouraged nor consented to the existence of the letter being shared. Shortly afterwards, Thomas Markle provided the full letter to the Mail on Sunday, saying he was devastated by its contents, which he felt had been misrepresented. The newspaper published extracts from the letter, which is at the center of the High Court battle in London. The Duchess of Sussex is now seeking an injunction to prevent the publication of the names of the 5 friends, arguing they are private and the friends spoke to People on the condition of anonymity. They are named in public court papers only as A, B, C, D and D, with A, described as the longtime friend, being the one to detail the letter to People magazine. A and C knew of the letter's existence, the Duchess has admitted. The latest legal submissions from Schillings, the consultants acting on behalf of the Duchess, say the case has already inspired a guessing game in the media and social media as to their identities, with known friends of the Duchess named as potential candidates. Papers now give away further details about the lives of the 5 friends, confirming all are young mothers with small children, allowing curious members of the public to go one step further in the speculation. In the People interview, the longtime friend said she had been with the Duchess last month, January 2019. Ahead of a public engagement. The former co-star said of a visit to Kensington Palace, "I came by there one day, and she had ordered an incredible ice cream and sorbet stand for the office. They were remarking how it was the best day of work ever." The friend from LA stayed with the Duchess while Prince Harry was out of town, she said, and enjoyed making home-cooked meals and taking muddy dog walks. The former colleague mentioned how the Duchess had rallied to support her as her son was undergoing a medical diagnosis, saying they still spoke daily. And the close confidant disclosed, "We've all been to their cottage, then at Kensington Palace." Addressing rumors around the couple's wedding in May last year, she said, "She didn't throw a fit about a tiara or ask for fragrance to be sprayed in the church."
Paper is playing a game with real lives, Duchess. July 10, 2020 Meghan Markle has accused a British newspaper of playing a media game with real lives over its attempts to name 5 of her friends who gave a favorable interview about her to a US magazine. The 38-year-old claims the Mail on Sunday newspaper wants to expose him in the public domain for no reason other than clickbait and commercial gain, alleging the action is vicious and poses a threat to their emotional and mental well-being. Saying that each one of them was a private citizen and young mother, she accused the publisher of trying to create a circus of their lives. A spokesman for the Mail on Sunday said it had absolutely no intention of publishing the identities of the friends this weekend, but had informed the Duchess of Sussex's lawyers they wanted the question of their anonymity properly considered by the court. "Their evidence is at the heart of the case and we see no reason why their identities should be kept secret," they said. It is understood that, should the friends give evidence as witnesses to the case, the newspaper would want to cross-examine them about whether Ms. Markle knew about their original interview and, if not, why they chose to speak without her knowledge or permission. The case concerns how far the letter from Meghan to her father Thomas could be considered private, with the disclosures from anonymous friends considered key. Ms. Markle's lawyers will today apply to block Mail owner Associated Newspapers from naming the 5 anonymous friends, by filing an application in the High Court in London. In a witness statement submitted to the court, Ms. Markle said, Associated Newspapers, the owner of the Daily Mail and the Mail on Sunday, is threatening to publish the names of 5 women, 5 private citizens, who made a choice on their own to speak anonymously with a US media outlet more than a year ago, to defend me from the bullying behavior of Britain's tabloid media. The Duchess is suing for undisclosed damages for breaches of privacy, copyright and data protection. Associated Newspapers has wholly denied all claims against the group, including that the letter was edited.
Meghan Markle is related to an extremely high-profile name. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle made news earlier this year as they stepped down from their roles as senior members of the royal family, becoming financially independent. The Sussex couple lost their HRH titles and their Sussex royal brand and moved across the pond, relocating to Los Angeles, California, where they are currently observing the quarantine as a family of 3. It wasn't their new property, their A-list neighbors or even Meghan surprising everyone with her perfect Spanish that has made the most news recently. Instead, the Duchess of Sussex got the world talking for the most unlikely reason as it emerged that she was related to a very high-profile figure. Of course, from marrying into the Mountbatten Windsors, Meghan now has many high-profile relatives to her name, but it appears that the former Suits actress had some well-known relatives of her own before meeting Prince Harry. Yes, really. According to MyHeritage, Meghan is distantly related to none other than Winston Churchill, the former British Prime Minister, with the duo reported to be 6th cousins, 5 times removed. And it's not just Winston Churchill, with Meghan also reported to be a distant relative of William Shakespeare, with the iconic playwright said to be her 5th cousin, 13 times removed. Well, this is the Meghan Markle news we certainly weren't expecting.
Meghan Markle worries over Archie not having friends, not joining Mommy and Me class. Meghan Markle reportedly wishes to join the Mommy and Me community with her son Archie where he could interact with other toddlers. However, this may not be possible for the mother-son duo. A close friend of the Duchess of Sussex told Daily Mail that she is worried her 1-year-old son does not have enough opportunity to interact with children in person. She believed the lack of interaction and socializing opportunities might hamper his emotional and social skills development. The source reveals that she is well aware of the fact that meeting children of his age will help him learn some important social skills. And in a normal scenario, she would like to be a part of such a mommy and child group where they could interact with children and new mothers and organize playdates. Meghan said Archie needs to learn emotional and social skills by being around other young children, something he can't do with adults, the unnamed friend told the publication. Meghan said ideally she and Archie, would be in a baby group class that met in person a couple of times a week. This would give Archie the opportunity to play with other toddlers and help develop his brain. It is believed that Meghan's desire to be a part of the mother-kids community may not transpire into reality. It has seemed impossible not only because of coronavirus pandemic but also for who she is. Meghan said she would love to be part of a Mommy and Me community, but knows this is impossible even if there was no COVID-19 because of who she is. She said she's just too well known to do normal things, the source explains. Nevertheless, Meghan is trying to do things normally with the help of technology. She reportedly tries to connect online but feels it may not be as effective as in-person interaction. The family of 3 is currently locked up in their new rented Los Angeles mansion. Even though the couple has stepped out for a few charity trips, but they are spending most of the time in their mansion due to the ongoing pandemic. In another update, royal expert Katie Nicholl told Entertainment Tonight that Archie is probably just about walking. And Queen Elizabeth II's youngest great-grandchild is described to be a happy little boy who is loving life in LA.
Queen fully understood Prince Harry's controversial Commonwealth comments, claims peer. Queen Elizabeth fully understood Prince Harry's controversial comments about the Commonwealth's past when he discussed racism. A senior peer believes Harry was fully aware of the context of the comments surrounding the history. Speaking from his Los Angeles home in the US, Harry said the Commonwealth needs to follow others who have acknowledged the past and are trying to right their wrongs. He came under fire by some for saying no way that we can move forward unless we acknowledge the past. But Lord Howell of Guildford, the president of the Royal Commonwealth Society, said the Queen would have understood what the Duke was saying. Talking to the Telegraph's Choppers podcast, Lord Howell said, "I would think she fully understood the context. He's been very active and committed to Commonwealth activities. He's a real champion of the Commonwealth, and I think he was trying to explain to others outside government where we are going. I would have thought she understood it fully, frankly. The peer went on to describe the Commonwealth as a voluntary coming together of those countries who didn't feel too antagonistic or angry or furious about the past. In fact, the Commonwealth in the modern day allowed these countries to be joined together in repairing some of the bad aspects of the past and some of the abuses and atrocities, and all the rest, he said. The Duke of Sussex, 35, joined his wife Meghan Markle for a video call with young leaders from the Queen's Commonwealth Trust last week. Prince Harry has given a powerful speech about racism in the wake of Black Lives Matter movement and said there is no turning back now. The Duchess also said it is the time of reckoning when individuals should be putting their hands up to own their past wrongdoings.
Meghan Markle defends friends' identities in fight with British news outlet. London, the Duchess of Sussex asked a British court Thursday to prevent a newspaper from publishing the names of 5 friends who defended her while speaking to People magazine under the shield of anonymity. The former Meghan Markle made the request in a witness statement for her lawsuit against the Daily Mail, the Mail on Sunday and parent company over excerpts from a private and confidential letter she wrote to her father that the newspaper published last year. Her statement, filed in Britain's High Court, claims the news outlet has threatened to publish the names of the 5 women who spoke to People anonymously but are named in confidential court documents as part of her lawsuit. For the Mail on Sunday to expose them in the public domain for no reason other than clickbait and commercial gain is vicious and poses a threat to their emotional and mental well-being, Meghan said in a statement. The Mail on Sunday is playing a media game with real lives. Papers drawn up by lawyers for the news organization argue that the publication of the letter to the Duchess' father, Thomas Markle, was in response to a one-sided article in People in February 2019 featuring an interview with the close friends. The article referenced the letter, meaning it was in the public domain, the lawyers said. The outlet said it has no intention of publishing the names this weekend, but it said the court should decide on the confidentiality to which Meghan's friends are entitled. Their evidence is at the heart of the case, and we see no reason why their identities should be kept secret, the news organization said in a statement. That is why we told the Duchess's lawyers last week that the question of their confidentiality should be properly considered by the court. The Duchess said in her statement Thursday that the 5 friends made the choice on their own to speak to People. She accused the newspaper of trying to create a distraction. These 5 women are not on trial, and nor am I, the statement said. The publisher of the Mail on Sunday is the one on trial. It is this publisher that acted unlawfully and is attempting to evade accountability, to create a circus and distract from the point of this case, that the Mail on Sunday unlawfully published my private letter. Each of these women is a private citizen, young mother, and each has a basic right to privacy. Meghan's civil lawsuit accuses the Mail on Sunday and its publisher, Associated Newspapers, of copyright infringement, misuse of private information and violating the UK's data protection law with the publication of the letter. The publication argues there is huge and legitimate public interest in the royal family and the activities, conduct and standards of behaviour of its members. It argues this extends not merely to their public conduct, but to their personal and family relationships because those are integral to the proper functioning of the monarchy,